All right, we are live. Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Let's see, we got Daryl, of course, he's on the panel. Hi, Daryl. Got
Hello.
Cajun, Ken, Bocce's in the chat. How you doing, Miss Bocce? Miss Lisa Ann, thank you for stopping in. Appreciate it.
Hello,
Hope everybody,
Sam.
like I said, hope everybody had a great weekend. So I was just talking with Ken and Cajun and Daryl. They're off live, and today was the last pool of the season. Did not make it. It was too cold. Alcohol tractors do not like to run when it's cold out. So, hey, VA lady, how you doing? Willie CK, hello, how you doing?
Hey,
So,
Willie and VA lady.
Have my mic muted. Hello, everybody in chat comments. How y'all are?
oh, Bocce, if you just pay your alimony, you wouldn't have to watch the ads. I wouldn't have to put ads in my videos. I could live happily, you know. But you're so far behind on it. I got to put ads in my videos.
Sorry to hear that, Lisa Ann.
Johnny B just walked in. Johnny Best says hello to everybody.
Hey guys, how are y'all?
Hello,
Good to see y'all
Johnny.
again.
Hi, Johnny.
Hey,
Hi,
second
Second
chance.
Chance.
Breezy.
Ben's Workshop. How you doing, Ben? Breezy,
Yeah.
hello. Bill, how you doing, buddy?
Bill.
Thank you for stopping in. Getting everybody rolling in.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Uh-oh. Ed, you in trouble. But you
I
done said I give you money every damn month.
don't see any of that. Where do you? Where I haven't seen no check.
Yeah, but she's got that star up beside her name, so she evidently giving you something.
That's because she is a star. Yep. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry to hear about your nephew there, Lisa Ann. I really hope he isn't back in the hospital. Mike Hodge, come in. You slip in here. Hi, Mike. You stepped in. So, but yeah, like I was talking to the guys there off before the stream started, just saying that the season's over. They do have another one scheduled for the 22nd. If it happens to like miraculously warm way back up, like up into the upper 60s, low 70s, I may decide to take the tractor back out for one last ride. But I don't think it's going to happen. So, and we got a special guest coming in. Dougie, how you doing, brother?
I'm making it, y'all. Y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir, I can.
I'm making it, bro. I'm making it.
Good deal.
Times last 2 weeks. Got out Monday and turned right around and went back in Tuesday.
Tell Mama all to lay off that frying pan.
I'm telling you, she been whooping the taillights out of me, man.
Hey, Bama, how you doing, brother?
Doing good, man. I'm still kicking rocks.
Yeah, I'm doing fair to milling myself. Just got out the hospital, 2 days ago?
Is that right?
When was it? I don't know, 2 days. Yeah, 2 days ago. Day before yesterday.
What you doing for?
Second surgery.
Really?
Did they cut you that time or just poke holes in it?
They went down non-invasive, down
Okay.
with the endoscope and the tubes in my throat, my stomach, and my intestine, my liver.
Already?
They had to abort the mission though. My pancreas was still all flamed up, inflamed, stuff like that. So they did some other stuff, and then the next day, they cut me loose. So we're gonna see if I not have to go for a third time, maybe in a week or two.
what they do to you, Cajun.
I had my gallbladder taken out,
Okay.
and my pancreas was bad.
Okay.
Gallbladder not working, being bad, caused the pancreas to be bad. But
Yeah.
they didn't take that out. I gotta put my earphone.
Well, last month I was in for 6-7 days with pneumonia. Came out Monday of this past week. Went to go do a scan. Went to go see my ear, nose, and throat doctor. She says, "Oh, by the way, you got blood clot in your lungs. We're gonna go ahead and admit you at UAB." I was at one other hospital when I got discharged, so I stayed in there until the day before yesterday. Now I'm taking antibiotics in my arm.
Oh yeah.
And meanwhile, while I was in there, they went ahead and started probing where the cancer's at. Cancer's on this left side, on the back side of my neck. They can't operate on it because he already been operated on. They just
Oh.
want to open it up because of the scar tissue. They want to touch it. So they gotta do chemo or whatever they want to do with that. Well, one nice thing is they probed my back, went into my lung, and they said there's no cancer in my lungs, so I'm good. I'm happy for that. But I feel really great.
Well,
What did they do? They put a pick line in your arm for you, so to go
Yeah.
home with. Okay, thought
Yeah,
so.
so I can receive my medicine through a syringe, my antibiotic. I tell you,
Hey,
that's a
Mark.
lot better. That's a lot better in the arm and then getting stuck all the time.
yeah, I can imagine her. So,
I'd rather have this than getting stuck all the time.
Right. That's right. Boy, and I'm a pincushion. I'm bruised all over. At that
Yeah.
other hospital.
Yeah, you get that way, man. You get bruised all over the place.
Well, in Eunice, them nurses knew how to stick somebody with a needle. And this other hospital I was at, and it's a lot bigger,
Yeah.
more fancy. Them nurses, man, my veins keep rolling and blowing out. That's all. The veins ain't, they can't get a good vein anymore.
Hey, Cajun, next time you go, you're going to be in there for a night of time. Get this pick ride put in.
Oh, I've had a few pick lines in me already.
Have you? Okay.
Oh yeah, I've had a month stay, a year and a half ago, a whole month in the hospital, and then another one for 2.5 weeks. I had a pick line because they didn't want to keep sticking me, and that case, yeah.
Yeah. So what's been going on, boys? I can't hear you, Bear.
not much around there.
I said the same old grind.
Same old grind, huh?
Yep. Trying to keep the parts on the inside of the motor.
Do you want to come on out there?
Yeah.
I feel so good. I feel so good. If I didn't have this thing in my arm, I'd be in the shop.
Uh-oh. But she's getting you again, Ed.
Hey,
Oh,
Jeff.
Lord, here comes Jeff.
Hey, Cajun.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah.
What's going on here, Bama?
What are you doing first, cuz?
Oh, I just.
Long time no see.
Yeah, I'm doing all right. See, you're doing all right. You're here.
Yes, sir. I'm doing really well, thank you.
That's a good thing.
I sound better when I'm on mute, Bocce. You're right. Exactly.
Johnny was laughing his butt off just now on that comment.
Say hi to the phone, Bocce.
I say hi to your phone, Patsy.
Oh boy.
Hi, Juan.
Hey, Juan.
Hey, Juan.
I didn't know if I wanted to get out my phone with you or stay on my tablet.
Oh, right away, I got the peanut gallery going, huh?
Bocce's concerned about you. She asked how you're doing.
At least Ann doesn't like my room.
There, now I can see the comment.
Yeah, so I got a plow. I got cutting edge on it today, bolted on. Turned it over, sanded down the front, shot some primer on it, gave it the first coat of orange.
Well, yesterday, Ken come over and Mark and his two boys and our other friend Junior come over and got my new temporary shed thing put up. And the old one tore down and everything moved out from under the collapsed one and put into the new one. And
Hey, Ben.
so hopefully this one lasts more than one snow. Get better.
Harbor Freight thing.
Yeah, it's one of those Shoulder Logic frame
Oh, yeah.
tarps.
I love reading the reviews on them. Some of them are all right, and some of them don't last.
Mark's had one up for over 4 years. Now his does sit under a tree, but it's still been up for over 4 years. You know,
Did you,
and
in joints, did you run a sheet metal screw in them?
the joints have bolts in them, and then
Oh,
on the ground there's like 18-inch long twist-in hooks.
Yeah.
So we put those in, and then I went to Harbor Freight today and bought some of their inexpensive ratchet straps.
Yeah.
There's cables that hold the bottom of those legs together. Well, I went up to the top of the crossbar and went down to those hooks and anchored them down that way too. But then I also took other ratchet straps, and in between each one of the cross members going across the top, I went up and over with the ratchet strap to kind of help keep that roof from sagging down in. That's what killed the last one. I think there was too much room in between the cross pieces, and we got a real heavy snow. And of course, I was at work when the heavy snow came, and by the time I come home, it was collapsed down in. So hopefully, if I can spread that weight, that pressure out, it'll either slide off or won't collapse down in, pull itself down in.
Put some 1x4s across there.
Well, it's real windy, so I'm a little leery about putting boards across. I'm afraid it'll wear through the tarp. So
yeah.
No promise.
Well, it's a kind of a cheap tarp they put on it, huh?
Yeah.
This one's heavier than the last one.
Hey, Thomas.
So
I've been having mine up going on about 2 years now. But I got mine in between my law and my shop, so they don't get a lot of wind.
yeah, I'm not real worried about the wind. I'm just worried about the snow load.
Yeah.
So
I got to worry about wind down here.
yeah.
Up here on top of the mountain, but the wind is what we had to worry about more than anything else.
All right. One of these days I'll make it big on YouTube and have thousands of hundreds of subscribers, and I'll be able to afford one of those sheds that you bring in.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Don't quit your day
That
job,
just
man.
reminded me. I ain't checked my Powerball tickets from last night. I might be already be rich. You don't know.
See, I don't waste my money on them because it doesn't matter. Anything I put money on, I lose.
Well,
If you put money on me, chances are you're going to win. But if I put money on it, it ain't happening.
I wish we had it. We ain't got it.
Yeah, I went to the tractor show yesterday.
Did you? Where at?
Had a banger. Sat in
Okay.
front of the boiler all day.
Just what you said you wasn't going to do?
Oh yeah, he mentioned that a couple of days ago.
yeah, he said
Friday
he was
night.
Friday night.
Friday night. Yeah, he had mentioned that he's got a monitor the boiler.
Yeah, it's the first time I ever had to soup there, and I'll tell you what, man, I wish I could have brought home a big thing of it. That vegetable soup, that was the best I've ever had. I don't know
What
how
kind of-
they
What kind of soup?
had vegetable beef and they had bean and ham.
Oh, okay. I like that vegetable soup with the meat. I love the fat on the meat too, which I got to watch that now since my gallbladder's out. In another year or so, I'll be able to eat fat again. Not like I used to, but better eat some.
But, hey, Caden, you know what that causes from?
What's that?
All the spicy foods they eat over there in Cajun Mountain.
Oh, we don't eat no hot food down here. We don't eat a lot of hot food. Ask Ed and Mark and Sandy. They've ate over here. They've ate what was it, gumbo we had, I think. Shrimp gumbo.
Yeah.
And it wasn't hot. We just cooked normal, but some people Cajuns get a bad rap because of the crawfish and other people doing it hot. That's all.
Yeah.
All right.
I know the crawfish I have had up here. Boy, I'm burning the living daylights out of you.
I had apple dumpling too. First time I ever had one of them.
What?
Did you get it with ice cream?
Yeah.
First
Okay.
time you ever had an apple dumpling at your age?
Never had one.
He's lived a sheltered life.
Yeah, I
Apparently.
guess I have.
Apple dumplings.
Actually, I had two. I had one in the morning, one at night, one before I left.
Must have been good.
It
I never
was.
heard of
I
apple
probably
dumplings.
shouldn't have had a second one though.
I don't think I heard of apple dumplings. Well, how's it made?
I don't know. They put apples in some kind of thing or something. I was talking
something
to a girl.
Something like a tart, or
I
you know,
guess.
It's a whole apple that they peel and core. Then there's
Okay.
sugar and butter in it. Wrap it in dough, bake it. There's usually a brown syrup or brown sugar syrup over top the outside.
Oh wow! Well, that sounds good.
Apple cobbler, is it?
That's like apple cobbler, but they're individual whole apples cooked in.
Okay, yeah. I see what you mean, Ken.
Yeah. It's like a mini apple pie with
Yeah.
a brown sugar glaze over it, and it's awesome.
I ain't had one of them in a long time.
And if you drizzle a little bit of caramel sauce across the top, just puts it over the top.
Man, it make your tongue lick the doo-doo out of your brain.
Mhm.
It's in the freezer to cook up.
They made. I asked the girl because I seen like racks and racks. They said, "How many did you guys got?" Over 2,500, probably somewhere between 25 and 3,000. I haven't counted. I was like, holy shit, that's a lot.
Hello, 710.
Hey, Rig 710.
What's up, Wolf?
What are you saying?
So you want to come be there today, Willie?
Well, you see, Willie should have talked to Jeff. Jeff had the inside track, man. He probably could have got you right to the front of the line.
Oh yeah. It's not even to the line. Go where I go. Just to the back
Jeff has-
door.
Jeff has the hookup, man. And the secret to their stew, their vegetable beef soup, is probably they don't wash the kettle in between years. They just let that build up every year.
There you go. That's right. Give it that flavor.
No, them
Yeah.
kettles are spotless. I don't even know how many gallons. They must make close to about 100 gallons of soup every show. Because it's like in 5-gallon buckets. They bring it out. They put it in the kettle things. When it gets hot, they put it back in, take it over. And they got these big cast iron pot things where they sell the soup at. They keep it in that.
hmm
There's a mill festival down south of us. I used to go every year, and they make some of the best chili. I mean, even better than mine. I admit that. But they cook theirs in a big cast iron pot out on an open fire,
Wow.
big kettle.
hmm
You know, I mean, that thing's got to be 15, 20 gallons at least.
Round bottom.
Yep.
Round bottom pot. Yeah, buddy.
And they
Yeah, I
make
got home
sorghum.
last night.
I said they make sorghum there, and they got a mill where they grind all kind of flour and all that kind of stuff, and it's awesome down. I didn't make it down this year. I just ran out of time.
I left there last night. I was split thinking, do I want to bring this out here for tomorrow or not? And I thought about it all day. I said, by the time I get home, I got to drop the deck. I got to take the drive off the front. Then I got to get a trailer and load this. And by the time I got home, I said, I don't think we're going to go anyplace tomorrow. And I didn't. I woke up 6 o'clock this morning. Let the dogs out. I was sitting at the table for a little bit. I said, you know what? It's time to go back to bed. And next thing I know, it's like 10 o'clock. And I said to myself,
I did that down at Mark's the other night. I was off Friday from work. Took Friday off. I went down Thursday night after work, and I didn't end up leaving there until damn near 9 o'clock. All right, Thomas, take care, buddy. Don't get in trouble.
Later, Thomas.
So, but I was talking with Mark over the weekend here. I went down Friday night too. He was working on Junior's engine, and I was talking with him. The big mod motor that I've been putting together that was for him, that turned out it was for me. I don't think I'll be able to get into the NQS rolls weight-wise, or I'll be damn close without any movable weight. So what we're going to do is I'm going to give it back to Mark. He's going to put it on one for Bo, because Bo really wants to do the NQS. So Mark's going to take...
Hey, Nate. I didn't know Nate was here.
Yep.
hmm
So, but yeah, to get Bo into the NQS circuit, something he really wants to do, and I more enjoy building tractors and motors than I do running them. I like watching them run. So, if I can't get into the NQS classes, then there's no reason for me to go to those polls. So
Yeah.
and there's no sense in running that kind of motor locally. It's just basically unfair. So
Did he go to some auction or something and buy a tractor?
he's went to a couple equipment auctions. There's a big flea market and auction every once a month. They have
Yeah, that Rogers.
Rogers. They have an equipment auction, and he's been there a couple of times and bought a bunch of bunch of tractors and stuff.
Yeah, because the one day all of a sudden I got this text thing that had a picture. I think it was like 2 or 3 pictures of the same tractor, and I look at it. It's like, yes, so you buying it or what?
Yeah, where is Mark and Sandy right now?
He's been putting in a lot of hours in the garage. He's trying to get an engine. Well, actually, he's got 4 engine builds going right now, I think.
Oh, okay.
So,
did he pull yesterday?
no.
Because I didn't see him on. I didn't see him come on live, so
No,
I figured he was doing that.
He's got 4 builds going right now at one time. He's got our friend Junior getting his end. That's where I was at Friday night helping him time the cam or degree in the cam. He's got that one, 2 single cylinders, a V twin, and he's starting another one. So he is just up to his eyeballs, and he's usually out there till it gets too cold, and or he starts a fire and he stays out there later. So,
Yeah.
And they're still working on getting the paperwork and everything done to finalize their house they bought, and just everything at once. So, I'm sure he'll be back once everything settles down a little bit.
Mhm. So he bought a new. He didn't own the house he was living in before.
Yes, he owned the trailer he's living in.
Oh, okay.
He's owned that one ever since they lived there. He bought 2 more in the same, or 1 more in the same trailer park. He's buying another one, and they bought a house across the street from the trailer park that him and Sandy are going to move into.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, Bo's going to move into the place they're living in now once their house paperwork and everything gets all finalized. His daughter and her man Kyle are going to move into the other place. They're working on getting that all cleaned up and ready to move into. And then there's another one on back further in the park that they're working on buying. So,
yeah, he's been a busy man, that's for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, these mobile homes. I mean, they're nice places, but they're old people who are living in them, and he's buying them cheap. I mean, dirt cheap.
Dang.
You know. And there ain't that many places in that park where he lives at, and I think his goal is to buy every place that's on the land there, and then possibly buy the whole trailer park.
Right. Yeah. And end up buying the land later on.
Yeah.
And rent it out.
No, it'll just be probably a family plot.
Oh,
That's what they say. As many kids as he's got, it will be
they can
a whole
name
family plot.
they can name the street that runs down the trailer park after their name. Mark and Sandy Lane or whatever drive or
Twista V Drive.
There you go.
And their oldest son Richie, or not the oldest one around there. There's older ones out there, but not living close. He just bought a brand new double wide, and they're going in across the street from where Mark and Sandy live. Same park, just across the street. They got a big lot right there, so they're gonna have theirs put in there. Something like that, Mater. If the people that own the park right now keep messing up, he will own it. They're already in trouble for not paying the taxes and paying the water bill, sewage bill. What they have they have city sewer, and the county actually came in and took control of it for a while, and everybody had to put their rent into a what do they call that?
Trust.
Trust.
Okay.
And until they got the taxes and everything all squared away.
Man, they must have owed a lot of taxes. Man.
They did. Well, what happened was it was an older couple that owned it. Their daughter, or he passed away. A daughter moved in, was supposed to be helping mom out, run the park and stuff. Mom thought everything was getting paid. The daughter was funneling money away from the park, and when the county or city or whatever you want to call it come in and said, yeah, we're shutting the sewer off because it's unpaid, and everybody in the park's like, what? We've been paying. Yeah. The residents actually had to get a injunction to keep the sewer on, or everybody was going to have to move out. They all got lawyers and got the county to keep the sewer on. But like I said, they had to put their rent into those special accounts there to.
What has me curious is how do they turn sewage off? There's not a valve on that unless they just make you move out where you can't use it, water, and have it going in the sewer system.
I don't know how they do that. They've got a big.
They'll turn your water off over here if you don't pay your sewage bill here, because it's separate. Sewage bill is separate than water. Two different companies. Loco is a water company, and then the city, you pay the sewage $12 a month. And then if you don't pay your sewage bill, the city will have your water turned off. That's the way they do.
All these trailers are on wells. There is no water system.
Oh.
So I don't know how they do the sewer thing. So I don't know if there is a valve they can shut off or what. I don't know.
Very well could be.
It was a stinky situation. I never got into it too deep.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, you didn't want to jump in that barrel of sorghum.
No, not at all. So, but
how's everyone doing tonight?
All
how you
right,
doing,
Briggs.
Oh, we're doing good, Briggs.
How you, Briggs?
Made
Did you
the
make
Fort
it?
Myers.
Say what, Briggs?
I made it to Fort Myers, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Awesome.
Good deal.
This morning?
Yep.
Oh, you
Parked
was,
there.
hey,
I was
you was
hauling
on
ass.
time. You was on time then.
I was going 95 miles an hour down on parts of Carolinas. Got down there. My niece came pick me up in the Audi, naturally, and she wanted to drive. I says, I want to drive my car, see what you've done to it. It's been a month, so I want to see what you've done to it.
How bad was it?
Actually, it's fine. She took care of it.
Good. So, did you get a spot place down there then, Scott? I know you were looking.
I got a spot, but my niece is living in it because I'm probably gonna end up selling it to my niece because her apartment got flooded out.
He'll own the 4 railroads. He owns electric, water, and maybe some hotels on that board. And the 4 railroads. B&O Railroad.
Possibility. I mean, it's not a bad park. I mean, like I said, there ain't a whole lot of places in it. They've been keeping the riffraff out for about a year now. If they could just get rid of the cat lady that keeps feeding all the stray cats.
Oh boy.
There's got to be one of them in every place. I mean,
Yeah, you always got a cat lady wherever you go.
know, Lisa, do they got another storm coming in Florida there, Briggs?
I think so.
Dang.
I
Hey,
got
Gerald.
to take a 34-hour reset. Basically, I don't have to, but I don't want to, because I ain't under FEMA contract on the way up, so I'm going to. I'm gonna pick up a load in Georgia and on Tuesday and late Tuesday night and head back north.
That's okay. You both can chit chat on the phone while you're on my live stream, as long as you don't click off the live stream. keep them view hours up. Keep that watch time up.
Hey, Wayne.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably just sell. My niece needs a house. I'll probably just let her have it, and I'll wait and find something else. I'm not gonna let my niece be homeless.
Wayne, Mark likes to feed him too, but he feeds him a little bit of lead.
Yeah.
Also, you didn't hear us talking about hibachi? That's good. So yeah, this week I'll probably I might wait till the 22nd to start servicing the tractor for winter. I'm not sure yet. I'll probably look at the weather forecast to see what's coming up. If it's gonna, I mean, first of this week the highs are supposed to be like 48, 49, 50, something like that. So if it's gonna be that cold, we're done.
We got a rain front coming through, and then within half the week it's going to get real chilly around here. So
I guess the next project is I need to upsize the chimney on the used oil burner, which won't take long. I mean, I just gotta make an adapter to go on top of the wood, on top of the stove, and weld it in and put chimney out through the wall. Holes are already there, so we can warm the shop up. And then,
There you go. I just checked my hurricane site that I always go to, and there's nothing out there in the Atlantic, Caribbean, nothing.
Good news.
Yeah, so yeah, good news for Florida. They don't need another target bullseye like that again.
No.
Believe me, though, that place is it ain't what I left in September. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. I remember one year they had 3 storms hit Florida, and one of them was Charlie. I forget the other 2, but I remember one of them was Charlie. And it's like the news was saying Florida's got a big old bullseye painted right on the middle of it. And it's open season.
Yep. So, it's time to start doing some garage projects. I think probably what I'm going to start out with is working on the tugger. I want to upgrade the tires on it, get the electric start to work, battery, all that kind of stuff, and maybe give it a little bit of paint, get it looking good, and probably move on to that rear end from Plan B. I'll probably just replace the ring gear on it because I don't think the pinion's tore up. So Mark says he's got a couple ring gears down there, so we'll get that replaced. And then I don't know what we'll do after that.
I'm back.
Hey,
Welcome back, Jeff.
welcome back. Yeah.
welcome back. What's up, Raising Cajun?
That's you,
Hello,
isn't it?
Raging
Raging Cajun?
Austin Music Fest.
What's a
Okay,
noise
so
in
what
town? What kind of noise was it, Mater? still got that 3-cylinder diesel sitting back in the corner. We might try putting that down in a tractor.
Oh boy.
That's what they use to pull. 25 horse, 3-cylinder. Usually they're Kubotas, but this is a Zuzu Mitsubishi. I think it is.
Mitsubishi with turbo.
Oh, okay. The quarter mile drag strip by his house.
Oh, okay.
They couldn't run in the rain. Okay.
I was watching a video the other day on YouTube where the four-wheel drive pulling trucks, pickup trucks, and every time they go to back up, the back end would come up off the ground. I mean, is that I ain't never seen them do that, but I guess they got all the weight in the front, so when they start putting weight on the back, it's
that big thing across the front is full of weight, and the reason that is the sled pulls the back end down.
Yeah,
they don't want the front end coming up, so they counterweight it with that front weight. You can almost walk up behind one of those trucks and lift it up off the ground. That's why they have the rollers on the front of them trucks. You ever look under them big tank looking like things? There's rollers. That's for if they tip, something goes wrong, they tip, they don't dig in and flip the truck over.
I mean, I had never seen that, but it was I guess the professional 4x4s is what it was.
Was it a green and gray?
Back up to back up. Something the back end would come off the ground. So.
Was it a gray truck with green lettering?
It may have. Yeah, I think one of them was.
Yeah, I watched that same video.
Hi, Missy.
Yeah. Hi, Missy.
There's my honey. Hey, Missy.
Yep. That's the kind of truck Mark and Kyle want to build, but they want to build the diesel version of it.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I think it's funny. It's funny. Some of these those 4-wheel drive trucks, the way they go up in the air like that. I've seen a few videos. It's a great wild ride.
I keep telling him he needs to build a semi.
Yeah.
That's some bucks right there now.
When you blow the sides out of one of them motors, you're talking about some high dollars.
Yeah, but there ain't there's a truck out there. I want to call it's not the Green Goblin, it's something else. It's 4-wheel drive and it's got a Detroit in it. And he literally picks the front wheels off the ground and pulls with it. It's got like monster truck tires on it. He does more exhibition pulls than anything else. But that thing's got a Detroit in it, big old V12 Detroit. And he winds that thing up, and it's got to be going 10,000 RPMs. And it's just screaming going down through there.
Dang. So they actually paying him to show up?
Yeah.
More or less.
Yeah.
He must have some kind of frame under that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
But
I'd be like old what's that guy? Whistling Diesel, that young fella that's got a lot of money. He's got that big Duramax. He's got the small one, then he's got the big one.
Yep.
Man, he brought it to Florida, over there by Pensacola area, and he added 4 more tires to the outside of his other 4 tires. Those huge tall tires, and put it in the Gulf of Mexico. And a game warden had the audacity to give him a ticket because he didn't have boat numbers on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a boat; it's a truck.
Don't matter. Once it goes on the water, it's considered a watercraft.
It doesn't have an outboard motor on it. It's got an engine in it though.
Doesn't matter. It's like a paddle wheel.
Man, they had the news, helicopter news teams out there. Taping him and doing all that. They had the Coast Guard. The Coast Guard never bothered him. They just wanted to make sure he didn't bumped the bridge. You know, the head ends on the bridge.
Yep.
And so, but Coast Guard, no problem with him. Coast Guard, no problem. You know, he had all his life jackets, all that stuff, everything. You know, safety stuff, flare.
Well, technically, he had boat numbers on it,
He did have boat numbers. That was just for the.
and the ticket they gave him was for fictitious registration.
Oh, that's what it was for. Okay.
Yes. Yes. But the Coast Guard was also out there not only to make sure that he didn't hit the bridge, but to make sure he wasn't polluting the water.
Oh, okay.
They come back and said if they would have seen one drop of oil,
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
oil, diesel fuel, whatever, every drop he would have got a ticket for polluting the waterway.
Dang.
That kid's an idiot.
They said if he would have went through the proper channels, contacted him, told him what he wanted to do, set it up as an event, they wouldn't have had a problem with it. But he was causing a public hazard by taking it out there into the waterway and not being able to truly control it.
His mommy and daddy must have a killer bank account for this kid.
Nope.
I don't know.
Nope. His dad did in construction. Everything he has built through his YouTube channel.
Dang. Hey, Lucky Seven.
There's a podcast I watch, and he was just a guest on their podcast. He went through the whole thing. He worked construction with his dad and some other people, and wasn't doing that, and was watching YouTube videos and saying, we can do that and we can one up that. And so he started, and he just happened to be at the right place at the right time, went viral, and
Yeah.
the same thing with Cletus McFarland. He was actually working for another guy, just doing little short videos for Instagram and Facebook, and then he took over running their Facebook page and Instagram's media, his media, and then he did that one viral video, and with his boss's permission, started making YouTube videos under Cletus McFarland, and away he went.
Well, I watched Wrestling Diesel a couple times until he killed Frank, and then when I seen what he did to that, I like, this kid an idiot. Frank would have been a nice truck if he took care of it.
Yeah, but a lot of those vehicles were crusher vehicles. They were untitleable or something along them lines that he destroys. They weren't, good productive vehicles.
Yeah. He could still have a $8,000 vehicle and mess it up royally. Just tear it apart, whatever, because he's going to make that money back. He'll make that $8,000 back on his for the video ads.
Right. And then I don't know if you guys probably don't follow drag and drive events and stuff. A guy named Tom Bailey up out of Michigan he's a drag racer. He's been a drag racer for years. Does a lot of the drag and drive events where they take race cars. They have to drive them in between drag strips for like a week, race them, and then they, there's like 5 events or 5 races. They got to drive in between. He's one of the first ones to ever go over 200 mile an hour in a street legal race car, and make the first one to make a 5-second pass in a street legal drag car. Yes, it is a pro mod, but it is street legal. It's got everything it has to be. It's got license, insurance, turn signals, headlights, everything, but it is a pro mod. He got in with Dodge. Dodge made a Dodge Durango Hellcat. One of one.
One of one.
One of one.
Wow.
It was basically a promotional vehicle, SEMA. You can't order it. You couldn't buy one. You know, you could have one made, but it was not a factory Hellcat. Dodge contacted him and asked him if he would be interested in it. You know, he's like, yeah, sure. He got so much hate mail and everything when they started cutting that thing up to make it into a dragster.
Oh.
They're like, that's a one of a kind vehicle, blah blah blah, da da da. You know, you can't do that and all that kind of stuff. And he finally had to sit down and say, hey, look, if it wasn't for me, you guys would have never known this thing existed. It was a crusher car.
Yeah.
It was a concept car. It was only meant to be made one with one VIN number. After it ran its route, ran its thing, it was going to the crusher if I did not take it and save it.
Hey, Roadrunner.
Basically, one and done.
It was a one and done production.
Beep beep. Road Runner.
Hey, Roadrunner.
Somebody's got a TV on somewhere.
Delisa's watching Wheel of Fortune.
Oh,
Or is that Kim? It's Kim. Okay. Kim's watching Wheel of Fortune. Sorry, Delisa. She's watching monkey videos. But yeah, Tom Bailey, his crew has taken that Durango and totally gutted the inside. It's going to be a 4-passenger drag and drive car. It's got 2 back seats, 2 front seats. They are making the first Hellcat Hemi blown engine. There's a shop someplace around him that builds blower engines, blower motors, and he contacted them. They've been working on doing it for a couple years. He's made the investment with them to get this engine produced, made, so he could have it for the drag and drive events. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty radical ride.
I would imagine.
You know, but that's something I would like to do as a drag and drive event if I had some kind of a race car. Or you don't even have to really have a race car. You can use your daily driver, but it's kind of cool. You go to they started a certain racetrack. You lay down a time. You pack your stuff up. You drive a couple hundred miles. You know, sometimes 600 miles. Go to the hotel. Go to this next racetrack. It's right by wherever your hotel is at. Lay your times down and do the same thing over for 5 days. And then whoever has the best overall time, like consistent time, like, you know, if you keep running, say, 12s, you know, if you're consistent at 12, and you're the fastest in the class, you win, you know?
Well, I was kind of fixing to say that's kind of like the Friday night drags around here. I mean, some of these guys have driving to the track, and if they happen to blow them up, then they got to get them, figure out some way to get them drug home.
Well, and that's the whole thing. A lot of people think, oh yeah, I could do a drag and drive event. Yeah, you might drive your car to the local drag strip, which is 20, 30 miles away.
Yeah.
Take it up and put it on highway speeds at 80 mile an hour for 300 miles.
Yeah, and then for the truck and that kind of stuff. But.
Yep, and then get to the racetrack, and you've got 2, maybe 3 chances to make a pass down the track. You know, you got to convert it back over to race car because, like the Tom's Pro Mod, they changed tires. They've actually got 2 fuel systems on it, 2 sets of injectors. One runs pump gas, E85 or whatever it is. Other one runs race fuel. You know, his a couple years ago, I was watching one. It was one of the first big ones he did. He thought, no big problem, no big deal. We'll run our slicks. You know, ain't no big deal. Till you hit a rainstorm.
Yeah. Hey, East Coast team.
Hey, East Coast. You don't have windshield wipers. You got slick tires, and they hit fog. He said he was going down the side of the road, running over the rumble strips to make sure he was still on the road. And he's towing a trailer with his car, a little box trailer, a little 6x6, or whatever it is. But
Boy.
everything you need for that
Sorry,
vehicle for the week has to be on that trailer.
I know.
You can't get help from anybody else. You can buy parts off of other people, but they can't come help you on your car. You can't go help them on their car. Vendors, you can go buy parts off vendors. If vendors are there, you can have parts shipped to you. You can go to a local garage. If there's a local garage here, it's willing to let you use their shop. You can go there, but you cannot trailer your car. It has to drive. If it has to be towed, it's done.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the guy I talked to that I've been have, working with these, working on that Barracudas, he done that for years with that Barracuda that he just built. I mean, he used to drive it. He used to drive it to the racetrack and get in it and race the car, turn around, and drive it home.
Willie just said the Power Tour. Power Tour is a whole different thing. Power Tour, you don't have to race your car. You just drive from event to event to event. You can race if you want to, but you don't have to. With drag and drive events, you have to make a pass down the track and turn a time in. And you can trailer your vehicle that you're going to be doing the event in to the first stop. But when you get there, you unload your vehicle, unload your, trailer or whatever you have. Then your toter and hauler go into quarantine. And from that point on, you're on your own. I've seen, I don't know if it was this year or I think it's last year. There's guys completely rebuilding an engine in the parking lot of the drag strip. The day, they make 1 day run, they drop a piston or something. They're pulling motor, they're dropping pistons out, rebuilding the motor, just them and their co-pilot, and putting everything all back together and, getting on with the next, and you have to make it to the next event that day, the next day or whatever, and make your passes in the allotted time to move on to the next one. You can't skip one. If you skip one, you're done. That's what happened to what the hell is his name? He runs the Blasphemy car. He's a big YouTuber. They dropped the piston and couldn't fix the car. So they ended up getting it fixed by the end of the week and made another pass, but
he missed out on other races. Yeah, other passes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mike Finnegan. There you go. Yep. Mike Finnegan. Finnegan's Garage. Hey, Mudster, when did you sneak in here, buddy? I missed you knocking on the door. But that's. I'd like to do a power tour too. That would be an awesome thing to do. But I think the drag and drive is where it's at. I thought it would be kind of cool to do it with pulling tractors. You trailer them to the next event, but one event a day for like 5 days straight. Average all your distances, and whoever has the longest average wins. It'd be a true drag and drive.
No, you have to drive your tractor from one to another.
No. Okay, cool, Mudster. I see Nate was in here, and I didn't get to ask him. Did he get his 4-wheeler going? Did you help him out there, Mudster? That reminded me, seeing you come in. I dropped the link to come up on panel, but he didn't he didn't come up on. I was wondering if he got his 4-wheeler going. So
I have to wonder what would stand a better chance going race to race, pull to pull, something like my tractor bone stock or something like yours. It probably yours would be a lot faster, but it probably wouldn't hold up that long, huh?
yeah, there'd be a lot of maintenance on our tractors. Something stock would probably hold up better if you were conservative with the horsepower and stuff, and didn't beat it. But like I said, ours is there's a lot of maintenance that goes on in between, you know, especially if you you know, really get on them on the heat and everything else, and you know, that's a lot of strain on the motor. Oh, you never heard from them? Well, that sucks. I'll have to message them and find out. So, all right, y'all. It's been the hour. I appreciate everybody coming in. If you guys didn't read the banner at the bottom, we are less than 10 away from the 2,500 mark. So,
Hey,
tell all
nice to
your
see you
friends.
back there, Ken.
So, tell all your friends to hit the subscribe button. Let's get up over that 2,500 mark. So, anyways, thank you all for coming in. Appreciate it. Love y'all. You all have a great evening.
Good night, everybody.
Yep.
All right.
I gotta go here. I gotta go walk dogs.
All right, everybody. It's great being north of the grass. Be safe. Stay that way. And as always, love, peace, and crackling grease. Catch y'all later. Pluto.
Blue top.